talk about the lessons we have learned under COVID. And these are personal lessons learned. I've learned some few. Nti mwayingira ekintu ate mwagamba Katonda najja ye yabaleeta. Bisaso ntamu. The channel that talks about education, that talks about skilling, is being self-aware, self-awareness. Make sure you're aware of your strength, of your weaknesses, of your emotions. Welcome to fellow colleagues, to fellow teachers, a warm welcome to school administrators, a warm welcome to parents, a warm welcome to my viewers on this channel. Like I said, we are taken long without communicating, and I really feel we felt challenged because very many people were complaining that what happened, there was nothing that happened, we only had some challenges. But we are now back on stage, and I'm sharing something to do with the teachers' concerns. As a teacher for 30 years, I'd like to share the concerns I have. And I want these concerns to go to parents. I want these concerns to go to government. I like these concerns to go to school administrators. I like these concerns to go to NGOs, education institutions, and so on. Now, the teachers, first of all, they are trained to teach. They are trained to guide. They are trained to coach. They are trained to give parental guidance and so on. Now, what went wrong or what goes wrong? In most cases, what goes wrong is because their concerns are not addressed. And I'd like school administrators, wherever they are, to address these concerns for teachers, especially if you want to get the best out of them. And I'd like the school administrators to treat teachers as a human resource, the biggest and most important human resource they have. They should treat teachers as a very big and a very strong human resource, because without teachers, there's no school that can thrive. Now, what are their concerns? The first one is the late coming of students. Teachers will always want to teach. And when you listen to a teacher, when a student listens to the teacher, he understands 10%. Remember, the listening forms the basis of the concepts in any subject or in any topic or in anything the teacher is teaching. So it is important. The teachers are so concerned that parents take their children back to school after 1 week, after 2 weeks, giving all flimsy reasons. Right now, the students, the candidates have begun, and very many children have not gone back to school. It's very unfortunate. Now, those ones are missing the 10%, which they should understand when the teacher is in class, because it forms the basis. So that's a very big concern. Teachers are concerned that children report late to school, whether the child is a day student, whether the child is a boarding student, because even if it is a day student, if the child does not come to school by 7 or by 8, and goes to school by 9, you are missing 1 hour. Calculate, transform 1 hour in a month. Those are 30 hours left in a year. In a what? You can imagine. Now, the other concern is they are concerned about the difficult bosses, supervisors, who are not realistic. Whether they are head teachers, whether they are principals, whether they are parents, the parents are so concerned, the teachers are so concerned about the difficult people who do not understand their plight. Like now, for 7 months, the teachers have been at home. There are even those who are still at home. No salary, no wages, no allowance. And somebody just comes, where's the scheme of work? Where's this? Do this, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it doesn't work. Now, don't become so difficult, because we are dealing with human beings. Treat them as a human resource. When you're a boss and you treat them as a human resource, appreciate whatever they are doing. Thank them for whatever. Have those soft skills. Have interpersonal skills. As a boss, you'll see you get a lot of results. Especially if you have proper communication skills. You have interpersonal skills. You have soft skills. You have interpersonal skills. You have communication skills. You have skills of empathy as a boss. And you also have emotional intelligence. You'll understand their plight. You'll understand their methods of work. And at the end of the day, you'll get the best out of them. Then the other concern the teachers have is low pay. That one I'm not going to say so much, because everybody complains about low pay. But particularly teachers, like someone gets 300,000, 400,000. Even if you use only airtime in a month, it will not be enough. Fuel, it will not be enough. Now, when this person buy a car, how about fulfilling the basic needs of life? Shelter, clothing, education. And so somebody cannot. When you pay somebody 200,000, 300,000, yeah, it cannot. Even the basic needs of life, you cannot fulfill shelter, you cannot fulfill clothing, education, food, and so medical care, and so on. So at the end of the day, Bambi, you see them. The other day, I saw a head teacher, somebody who had served as a head teacher for 30 years. I saw from, Kalamoja. This man was on the street begging. I cannot imagine. When you see the things the teachers do after retiring, unless somebody is so motivated intrinsically somebody cannot be in teaching. So low pay is a very big problem and a very big concern. Then the other one are the bad characters of both students. Bad characters and personality. And this one comes from home. I've always told parents that kindly make sure you develop good characters in children and good personality. And this one takes time to develop. It takes time to develop. It takes time to develop, and it starts at home. It is not, character and personality have never started in school. They have never started in school. They don't stop in school. They are only nurtured in school, but they are grown at home. Okay, they are nurtured at home and grown at school. If your child has bad character, don't take your child to school and then you say, let me take them to that school. It doesn't work that way. And then even you start saying, my friend, corporal punishment has no place in society. It is even outlawed in Uganda. Just work on the character of your child, so that by the time you give me that child has good character. I will nurture and grow that character. But I'm not going to grow bad character. When somebody has bad character, character does not die, it only grows. It only grows. And children learn bad characters and personalities from their parents. If the parent has good character and personality, I want to assure you, even the child will be like that. Then the other is, of course, poor health. Many parents bring children who are already sick. Children have very funny diseases, and you bring them to school without telling the school administration that my child has anemia, my child has ulcers, my child has this, my child has this. Even these traditional diseases, kindly inform the head teacher, inform the senior woman, the senior man for that matter. Inform the warden, inform the matron, inform the school nurse. Confide in them that my child has this disease. But it doesn't pay for you to bring a child. Then day after day, when there is a problem, that's when you start complaining. My friend, just inform the head teacher, inform the ward, the matron, inform the warden that my child has this sickness, so that they know what to do. They know when to give this person good food, water, and so on. Then the other one is, of course, illegal items. Kindly parents, check your children before they come to school. Many of these children bring very many illegal items. They bring radios, they bring phones, they bring what? They bring what? Others even bring drugs. They put them in bread, they put them in the armpits, in bread. Somebody puts their SIM card, somebody puts their drug in the armpits, in hair. Illegal items. Check them before you bring them to school, because these are the things by the eventually which limit a child to understand properly, because their concentration is somewhere else other than being in academic. Then, of course, lack of motivation and inspiration. Many children are not motivated and inspired, and it is the parent, first and foremost, to inspire and motivate their children. Show them the way to go. Let them have that confidence that they'll become doctors, they'll become engineers. But you don't show them by just abusing them. Prove to them. I said, if you want your child to be an engineer, be the engineer you want your child to be. If you want your child to be the doctor you want your child to be. If you want your child to be this person, be that person. Let that person see you in that perspective. You'll see a better person. If you want your child to be a doctor, be a teacher, be that teacher, be a lawyer at home. Talk about it. Give them books to read about it. Give them newspapers. At the end of the day. But the environment must be nurtured at home about your child. Because these are things which are going to motivate and inspire your children. Then, of course, teachers are also concerned about poor performance. Teachers are concerned about poor performance, but performance has a lot of things. Only one is nurtured by the teacher going in class. The reading environment, the parents at home, the characters, and so on. It's very important. Poor performance is big. And a teacher alone cannot nurture academic performance in a child. The parent must be concerned. The school must be okay. The facilities must be okay. Teaching facilities must be okay. The parents must be okay. They must be able to facilitate paying school fees, giving the child scholastic materials, textbooks, encouraging them. Career guidance and counseling, all these things matter if you want to have good performance. And these are all concerns the teachers have. Then, of course, the challenges of the 21st century children are a concern the teachers. There are very many challenges the 21st century children have, and there are very many. For instance, drugs. For instance, diseases. For instance, they waste a lot of time in football, in music, in internet, in telephone. These challenges are a concern to teachers. Like drugs, for instance. These concerns are so important. Now, as a parent, make sure you watch your child, watch over your child, be there with your child, so that you can sense these ones and work on them. Then, of course, their teachers are always concerned about students who don't understand when they are told, or who take so long. Of course, we have slow learners, but make sure you nurture a good student so that he or she can understand when the teachers teach, can read on his own. Because for a person to understand or to learn for a child, that student must be able to listen very well, to write very well, to write very well, and moreover to also discuss. The teacher has only do one thing, to teach, so that the student can listen. Now, the other follow-up activities of reading, of writing, of discussion, in most cases are nurtured by the child. So let's work on those ones so that the teachers can have a good product. And finally, the teachers are concerned about difficult parents. I know very many parents who come to school with their challenges and start abusing teachers. That is bad. That is dangerous. Kindly don't abuse teachers. Don't shout at teachers in the presence of your children. When you do that, your child is the first culprit. Even if the teacher does not say anything, but the morale is gone, the motivation is gone. You have demoralized them, you have demotivated them. So as much as possible, parents, even if you have very many challenges, even if you have been annoyed by the school, don't just do it with when your child is there. Don't abuse the head teacher. Don't abuse the teacher. On social media, you normally see these parents very annoyed, they're abusive. You cannot do that. That's a very bad example you are showing to your child. Thank you so much. This was the last episode on concerns of stakeholders. We started with parents, went to students. Now this one has been with the teachers. And like the teachers, parents and students, and even school administrators, to share these videos. Let them share, and let them, those who have not subscribed, let them subscribe. HM Bisaso educative video. They are very good videos on this channel. And like I've already said, you'll never be the same when you listen to these videos. And thank you so much. God bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.